Hey folks, welcome back to Masterpiece Security. I'm continuing in this journey with this fabulous author, Derek Fisher, related to application security. He outlines a lot of great stuff in this application security program handbook. But we've been talking a lot about what he covers in here around data security and encryption. And one thing that we often forget about when we talk about data in transit and data at rest, those are easier concepts to think about when we're securing them. However, data in use is a little more tricky. And protection, I'll read directly from, because I can't say this any better than this fabulous author here, is that protection of data in use means when it is being accessed in non-persistent states like memory or in the CPU. In general, well-designed systems will ensure that access to data in use is only accessible to the parts of the system that should have access. So it goes a little bit beyond encrypting memory and the data as it is in use, but also, more importantly, it focuses on ensuring that the right parts of the system have access to that data and that it's just not available to just anybody. Although there are some ways that we can protect this data in the CPU, things like enclaves can be used at the system level to ensure that data in use is being encrypted and available to the CPU or CPU cache only at read time. But at all of the times it is encrypted and not readable to any other part of the system. Amazing little things, those CPUs, and the encryption that can be applied, it's just stunning. So, some other things that we need to think about as we look at the how we protect this data, whether it's in use, in transit, or at rest. Some things we want to keep in mind is, do we actually even need that data? And what that means here is that this actually lessens the amount of activity and effort that you need to put in encrypting that data. So some questions to ask yourself when you're thinking about what data needs to be used and processed by your application is, do you actually need to store that data? Do you have regulations or contracts that require to maintain the data? Can you properly classify this data? Can you provide the appropriate level of protection for the collected data? Do you know when you no longer need it and can destroy it? These are all great questions to really make you think about the data that you're collecting and whether it's actually required for the application to operate. Because if it's not, get rid of it. Well, folks, remember, when you're secure, I'm secure. Stay safe out there.